Hey everyone, this is Callie. Thanks so much for being here with me today. We're creating a really fun and colorful faux watercolor card. You've probably seen me use this faux watercolor technique before. I just could not resist with this fun mixed alphas stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with a Bristol smooth cardstock so that it can absorb a little bit more water easily rather than regular white paper. So I've attached it to my MISTI to hold it in place. I've selected the distress inks that I want to use, and using minis is a lot easier for me for this technique. You can kind of concentrate the colors in areas better. So if you have the larger pads, that will work too. It's just a little bit harder to get more color on there for coverage. So I'm just going to dab all of my color onto this background stamp all at once, and I'm going to keep the rainbow close together, if that makes sense, adjacent colors you would say, next to each other, so that way the colors blend together well. And then once I've covered the entire stamp, I'm going to use my distress sprayer and just add a mist of water all across the stamp to reactivate any ink that may be dry and just to get that ink nice and wet so that I can stamp it. So I'm going to peel my panel off now and put it to the side to dry. And I wanted to show you, I'm not going to do much with this second panel, but I do want to show you that you can re-wet that stamp without adding ink to get a lighter impression. Now I used regular cardstock on this second panel just because I had it right next to me and it was just easy to grab. But you can see that you can also get a second impression and make a second card out of that lighter panel as well. To prevent any fingerprints and smudging on my panel, I'm just gonna heat set that, and then I'll take it to my trimmer and trim it down. I started with a piece of paper that is a little bit bigger than A2 size, so I'm just trimming it down to an A2 size panel, and then I'll trim it down further later on. I had to have a little white border for this card. All right, so now we can work on a sentiment. I decided to use this Proud of You die from Simon Says Stamp as well, and I'm using some rainbow holographic cardstock. And then for the sub-sentiment, I wanted to pull out this XL Teacher Greetings stamp set. It's got a bunch of great sentiments for a student or a teacher. And so I'm just gonna stamp one, and it's got coordinating dies, and we can go ahead and die cut that as well to attach to our card. And it makes the process so easy. This card is just so simple, but it's fun and colorful and such a great technique for mass producing for any card category that you need. Okay, so I've die cut all of my sentiment pieces. As you can see, I die cut a few layers in white for this Proud of You sentiment, and I'm going to use this micro dot sheet to help me adhere the pieces together. So we have several pieces here to adhere together, and there are smaller words that might be a little tricky to use or adhere together using liquid adhesive. So I thought using this microdot sheet would make it a lot easier. All you have to do is peel it back and attach your sentiment die cuts onto the sticky side, and then kind of burnish it in. You can rub it in with your hands or you can use a bone folder. I just wanted to show you the different ways that you can do that. And then it adds the microdot adhesive onto the back of your sentiment or any die cut. You could use foliage, flowers, anything you'd like. And then everything sticks together so nicely. Okay, so once everything is adhered together and stacked, I can adhere that over the black background panel. You can use any color you want for the sentiment. I just thought this holographic cardstock would be really fun over the rainbow background. All right, so we're in the home stretch for this fun and easy card. I'm adding some Simon Says Stamp 3D foam squares onto the back of this sentiment, and then I'll use my T-ruler to line everything up and make sure that my sentiment is not crooked before adhering it down. And then to finish the card, I'm going to go ahead and add some more 3D foam adhesive to that sub-sentiment to match the height of the main Proud of You sentiment. Then at this point, I decided to go ahead and trim it further so that it's going to be a 4-inch by 5¼ inch total. And then we can go ahead and adhere that to a card base. So there's just a tiny sliver of a white border all the way around the card. And I didn't add any sequins or jewels to this one. I just decided that it was already colorful enough with the holographic paper as well as the colorful rainbow background that it really doesn't need much more. So there you have it, a quick and colorful easy faux watercolor card. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're interested in any of the products that I use, be sure to check out the links below. Everything will be linked for your convenience. I hope you'll like and also subscribe. I'll be linking 2 more videos if you're interested in seeing more. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day. Bye, everyone.